I just wanted to pop on here right quick because I was reading a post in 60 plus Black Women Expats group. I am Deborah Ann Valerie. I'm the founder of 60 plus Black Women Expats group. And what I read was, I felt so pertinent and relative to the YouTube channel, which is 60 plus Passport Power, and both the YouTube channel and the Facebook group purpose is to empower, educate, and support Black women who are traveling abroad, perhaps to become an expat and live permanently abroad, or to do a sabbatical, or just to do traveling abroad. And the group is not location bound. So we have members that are all over the world. And so we get a ton of good information, regardless of where you may decide to travel. There's probably a Black woman somewhere in that community that you would want to get to know before you got there. In any case, I'm just going to jump right in and read this post because I think then you'll see why I felt it was so important. And I'm not going to add or take away from anything because I think she put it extremely well. So here we go. It says, last night, one of our expat elders fell and had a major break in her wrist. As more of our brothers and sisters come to Oaxaca, and that's Oaxaca, Mexico, that's where she's located, to check out things, stay for a while, or come to live here, it's important that we create, cultivate, and nurture a healthy community. We encourage you to really respect and honor all, especially those of us who have been living here for more than a year. Those who are pioneering, setting up things for us, and creating opportunities and networks to help you ease into a new culture, country, pueblo, and community. We encourage you not to go it alone when there are those of us here to support your transition to Oaxaca, especially if you're planning to make this area your home. We are a small, vibrant, and growing community of children, teens, young people, couples, families, singles, elders, same sex couples, blended families, extended families, retirees, divorcees, and a few sprinkle of those who are independently financed without a care about money. She goes on, beloveds, a healthy community support system is key, and compassionate communication is a major asset. With kindness, we ask you to consider the following. Who can you depend on within your local network in Oaxaca in case of an emergency? To help set up your utilities, help you find the right house at the right price with the right owner agreement, get you to or from the airport through a blockade, help bail you out of a negative or dangerous situation, hold your hand in the emergency room, and help you navigate the language and culture during the natural stressors of change in everyday living. Beloved, there are so many scenarios where we will need one another, and it's important not to alienate those who are supporting you through your transition or have supported your business projects or fundraising with time, energy, and money. We are here to celebrate one another and help life be easier and sweeter. She goes on, here is the most recent example of why I personally value my local community network here, and she gives her neighborhood in Oaxaca. I have a local assistant, a team of vetted vendors, chauffeurs, taxis, healthcare professionals, and traditional medicine specialists and expats I can call upon for support. She goes on, Giving an example, at 6 p.m., the night of October 29th, one of our expats elders who lives in my Pueblo fell and had a major break in her wrist. She lives alone. She called, and my assistant took her to the hospital, translated for her, stayed with her throughout the emergency surgery, managed to pay her bill, and brought her home at 1 a.m. She will be well cared for at home while she recuperates. That's what we do. Community network support. Here are some personal examples. In September, I received an emergency phone call at 4 a.m. from a young guest who was having problems breathing. We called our local doctor and asked if our guest could make an emergency visit to his office. Our community doctor treated him for onset bronchitis, and my guest was back in his bed feeling much better by 4:45. We don't get that kind of treatment here in the U.S. You sat for hours in emergency, but I digress. She gives another example. On the second day of arrival, a guest had a severe back pain. I called my assistant. He called our local doctor, and the doctor made, get this, a house call on a Sunday afternoon. My guest felt great after the first visit. Here's another one. Recently, guests were departing from Oaxaca Airport early morning. A mile and a half from the airport, there was a blockade. No one was allowed to cross the barrier. My team got them through the blockade with plenty of time to check in and relax before boarding. We recently bailed an elder out of an uncomfortable Airbnb situation. Immediately got her a safe and beautiful location and negotiated an extra 10% off of her bill. Within days, we found her a beautiful long-term home that she is happy with. She goes on, beloved, we can each share dozens of similar experiences. What makes the big difference in the outcome is our support team, our support system, our network, and a healthy community. Beloveds, we encourage you to create a local Oaxaca support team within the barrio or pueblo you live in, and please do not alienate those who have helped you and gifted you. Be kind, be generous, be considerate, acknowledge those who have helped. There will come a time you may need them. Wow. Like I said, I couldn't add or take away from that because it stresses wherever you go in this world abroad. It is so helpful to connect with others who are already there, who can give you the lay of the land, who have created and vetted people in the community who can assist you. That's the whole purpose of 60 plus Black Women Expats Group, is because we are not location bound. We have admin like Suki and Ayana wrote this letter, and she's the admin in one of the admin in Oaxaca. But we have admin from groups all over the world and members from that are live all over the world, and what they know can be stuff that it would take you years to find out. And so if you happen to be a Black woman living abroad and you are willing to share information with your sisters, I invite you to join 60 Plus Black Women's Expats Group. I also want to encourage you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I said if you stay to the end, I'd give their names, and that their names. The one who wrote this letter is Ayana, and Suki is also an admin for Oaxaca. But both of those have done interviews on this YouTube channel. So after this, I encourage you to go through our playlist and find the interview of both Suki and the one Ayana did, because there's so much information in those interviews. And also look through the playlist, because I've interviewed people in several locations. Even though this is a relatively new YouTube channel, there's a really phenomenal people that I've had the occasion to interview. And I didn't want to belabel going, or I didn't want to spend a lot of time. And as you can see, I didn't prepare, I didn't have a written script. I just felt like this was just important information. It just stresses how vital it is, especially if you're a solo travel, that someone somewhere has an idea of where you are in case the unexpected happens, and life does happen. And so that's basically all I wanted to share with you this evening. And I certainly encourage you to like this video, to subscribe to the channel. And when you subscribe, it's important to hit the bell so that you will know when I do another YouTube broadcast. I do some live broadcasts, and there are a lot of interviews, but each one I hope will be a wealth of information to you. So you want to like, subscribe, share, and look through the playlist. I think I've covered everything. And I hope you have a wonderful evening. I hope you've gotten some valuable information from this, or some encouragement that there is support abroad when you're traveling abroad, in terms of just finding where those particular community, that the assets in a particular community are. And do comment. Yes, comment. Let me know if you found this valuable. If you, what type of information you would like me to share in upcoming videos I may plan to do. And so that's why I encourage you to go through the playlist, because there may be something that triggers a question that you can't find the answer anywhere else. Who knows? I may be I may know a source, but that's how I decide what I'm going to cover next. So be sure and leave a comment, both about this particular video, and tell me what you think of those I've interviewed. So I hope you have a wonderful evening, and always make the most of every day. Be blessed. Bye.